So what are Nigerians saying about the trending issues in the country today? Let's head over to the streets of Lagos, where our correspondent, Sarah Ayeku, is standing by for views of newspaper readers. Big stories of the day. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Kemi. Good morning, Nigerians. Of course, we are at K2 again, although the showers, it's kind of disrupting things here. As you can see that the newspaperman cannot display the newspapers properly, but we'll just try and manage and, of course, give you the opinions of Nigerians here on the streets. But first of all, let me give you a peek as to what we see on the national newspapers this morning, making the headlines. On the Nigerian Tribune, we can see making the headlines, alleged Christians prosecution. FG replies 5 U.S. senators. That's what making the headlines on the Nigerian Tribune. If you look at the Daily Sun has vice presidential slot. Afenifere, MBF, Islamic Cleric rejects Muslim ticket. That's another political story that you have on the Daily Sun. If you look at the Vanguard also, we seem to have the same story on the Daily Sun and also on the Vanguard. Same political story about the VP slot, considering when you talk about the presidential candidates of the various political parties. And so there is a lot of attention being drawn to the vice presidential slot of these political parties. And if you look through all the other newspapers, you also see some other similar or different national topic. For instance, you have FG Nigeria, risk chaos if petrol subsidy is removed. That's what you have on this day newspaper. Something similar also, you have a picture, some other stories about Ipman federal government saying that they're supposed to hold a meeting today, of course, to address the issue of fuel scarcity. But let me speak to some Nigerians, of course, who are already standing by to talk to us. And they're going to be talking about the story on the Daily Sun newspaper, which says INEC expressed worry as arsonists attack Enugu office. That story, of course, was breaking news yesterday morning, and our man here wants to, of course, address this issue. When you hear stories like this about arsonists or some gunmen, unknown gunmen, going to INEC offices to destroy these offices, how worried are you when you think of the 2023 election?
I'm seriously worried about it because, as a matter of fact, in 2015, they did it too. They burned so many INEC facilities, mostly in the southeast. Why southeast? Is it because they want to reduce the number of votes there? So INEC itself must work very hard to make sure that all sensitive materials are not kept in their office. If possible, let them put it in the central bank so that on election day they can bring all these things out. Because the people doing this, they know what they are doing. They are always focusing on the southeast each time there is election. And this is seriously worrisome. Then on this issue of Muslim...
Just before you go to another topic, there's somebody else that also wants to talk about the issue of INEC, arsonists burning INEC office this time around in Enugu. He also wants to react to that, and I think some persons at the newspaper desk have been talking about this since morning. Good to have you join us, sir. So how concerned are you when you hear about this kind of stories?
What's happened in Enugu yesterday, people don't Nnamdi Kanu condemn killing, and they terrorize the East people. And then Nnamdi Kanu always talk, he's always against, he's always bitterly. When he had a lot of error in the Southeast, he's not happy at all. Sit at home, he does not make it to go and destroy people's property, government property, evil people property, evil life. Is not proper. And I believe that these people who doing this thing is the people who just struggling to enter as IPOP and coming out and be treating people up and down. And
so they're against the sit-at-home?
They are against it. Because I don't see Nnamdi Kanu also against the sit-at-home. See, you should leave everybody. It's not the issue. I'm talking about what they're doing in Enugu yesterday. I'm totally. Some people say that there are no election. I said there must be election in East, in all the East.
So you are very optimistic that there will be election in the South?
Yes, some people say it. I said there must be election. Other must. If not, APC will correct that place because that place is the land of PDP, followed by the Labour.
Although some persons have various opinions at the stand, I'm being tempted, to bring him up because he laughed. But let's look at another issue, which is the vice presidential slot. Afenifere, MBF, Islamic Cleric reject Muslim ticket. That's what you have on the Daily Sun. You have a similar story also on the Vanguard newspaper. APC at crossroad over Muslim ticket. You want to react to that?
The issue of a Muslim ticket, I've already talked about it. As a matter of fact, presently Nigerians are not in good mood at all. So this Muslim ticket they are talking about does not really concern us. We are looking for a president that can take us out of this chaos we are in. That's what we are looking for. We are not after hunger is hitting Muslim, hunger is hitting Christians. Joblessness is affecting everybody. It doesn't talk about religion, so this is just nonsense. We are not after this. We are looking for a credible candidate that will take us out of this chaos, as a matter of fact. And if you want to be a Nigerian president this time around, you must answer to us. Nigerian president is not a title. It's a job. If you are looking for a job, come with everything. We must verify everything about you. We must check your history before we vote for you. You want to work for us. We are employing you to work for us, and therefore, you must succumb to it. That is it.
Okay, Kemi, you just had some opinions about the national dailies. Of course, the stories making the headlines on the national dailies. It's back to you, Kemi.
Sarah Ayeku there, bringing us yet another set of interesting perspectives from newspaper readers about topical issues of the day in Nigeria. And of course, the last respondent, Sam, talking about the fact that the job of the president or the office of the president is not a position, so to speak, but a job.
A job.
And I can really relate with that because if we are looking for work, the president's job, even the governor's job, get a sense that sleep hours are very much so reduced. It's a job that you have to be on your feet most of the time. And with the concerns, lingering concerns, the job of a president is indeed cut out.
Exactly, and the issue of Muslim or Christian Muslim or Muslim Christian thing, they are all diversionary. The issue is who can do the job. I mean, we've just had we still have a Muslim Christian presidency. Has that changed anything? Has it changed it for Christians? Has it changed it for Muslims? We're looking for people who can get the job done. And most of these people are banding it in groups saying, oh, don't want Muslim tickets. Many of them are sponsored. They are doing jobs for other people so that they can create a kind of scenario that will make it difficult for the candidate of the APC to pick who he wants to pick that can get the job done. They are all political marionettes who are pushing toys to push one idea and push the others, and that's what is going on.
And while they're doing that, of course, some names or their own preferred candidates are also
yes. And some of these
names.
things are done either by PDP especially, and even those in the Labour Party, so as to diminish the capacity of APC candidate to get his own candidate, the vice presidential nominee,
right.
And so on. So I don't think anybody is naive to fall for that bait, and not even the APC people are even naive. You can see that they have been looking for somebody either in the northwest or northeast, and that itself takes away. I mean, how do you tell you pick your candidate from the south, and you from the south want to tell those in the north who should represent them? That itself is not democracy.
It's like I said, it's interesting because these are everyday people whom, like you said, now you can't deceive everyone, or you can't deceive Nigerians, especially at this time.
If they want to make a decision based on religion, in the north, for instance, Christians in the north are about 5%. So you want to say that you want to pick the minority to represent the majority? I mean, that does not make sense.
And that calculation also was, handed, was also proffered by the NNPP presidential candidate. He said that, okay, come to think of it, even if I make Peter Obi the presidential candidate as against myself, I would lose, Peter Obi would lose. So it would end up being a collective loss.
It would be a loser's nightmare.
It's going to be a loser's all affair, and all losers affair. Well, so much said for that. We cannot talk enough about these really interesting times that we are in Nigeria, even as we age closer and closer to the forthcoming general election.